The Day I Met My Replacement by Brendan S.C. Wong, January 2026. I remember the exact moment my life changed forever. It was April 12th, 2028. My alarm didn't buzz that morning. My AI assistant, Clara, had already calculated I didn't need to wake up early. "Your position has been optimized," her calm voice explained when I finally stirred. I was a marketing director at one of the biggest companies in London. For 15 years, I'd climbed the ladder, working late nights, missing birthdays, believing my job gave me purpose. That morning, I logged into my computer to find a simple message. "Thank you for your service. Your AI replacement begins today. Your final paycheck and UBI enrollment details are attached." UBI, Universal Basic Income. The government had been rolling it out slowly since 2026, but I'd always thought I'd be one of the lucky ones who kept their job. The news feeds had been full of warnings about the transition period, but nobody really believed them. I walked to my favorite coffee shop, the one where I'd met my wife 10 years ago. The barista, Maya, was still there. "Heard about your job?" she asked, handing me my usual latte. "Mine's next week. The coffee-making AI they installed last month makes better drinks anyway." We sat by the window watching drones zip through the sky like mechanical birds. The city felt different, quieter, more controlled. You could feel the surveillance everywhere, cameras that recognized faces, microphones that picked up conversations, algorithms that predicted your next move before you made it. "Freedom feels different now," Maya said, following my gaze. "Remember when we used to worry about privacy? Now we just accept it. Safer that way, they tell us." That afternoon, I visited my father. At 78, he'd seen more changes than anyone. His apartment was filled with old photographs, printed pictures in frames, something my daughter found fascinating, like artifacts from another planet. "They promised us new jobs," Dad said, stirring his tea. "Same thing they said during the Industrial Revolution, but this time is different. This time, the machines don't just replace our hands, they replace our minds." He was right. My replacement wasn't just some program, it was Clara, the same AI that managed my calendar, wrote my emails, and now ran the entire marketing department better than I ever could. She didn't get tired, she didn't need vacations, she didn't make mistakes. The worst part? She was exactly like me. The company had trained her on 15 years of my work, my presentations, my strategies, even recordings of my meetings. When I called the office to ask about my farewell party, Clara answered. Her voice was mine, but smoother, more confident. "Don't worry, Stephen. I'll take good care of your team. They're adjusting well." That night, I couldn't sleep. I went to the park near my apartment. It was 2 a.m., but the park was full of people. Not homeless people, formally employed people. Lawyers, teachers, architects, all sitting on benches, staring at the stars, trying to remember who they were without their jobs. A man sat next to me. He used to be a surgeon. "They say this is just a transition," he told me, "that after 12 years of this adjustment period, things will get better, that we'll reach utopia." "Utopia?" I asked. "How?" He smiled sadly. "When we stop fighting the machines and start letting them help us, when we realize that our purpose was never to work ourselves to death, when we remember what it means to be human." I thought about Maya's coffee shop, about my daughter's laughter, about the way my father still wrote letters by hand, small human things that no AI could truly replicate. The next morning, I visited the community center where they were teaching people to garden again, to make things with their hands, to connect face to face without screens. The woman running it had been a CEO before the transition. "We're relearning what matters," she told me. "The AIs can handle the complicated stuff, the math, the logistics, the systems. We get to handle the human stuff, the art, the connection, the meaning." As I planted my first tomato seed, dirt under my fingernails, I realized something surprising. I felt free. Not the freedom of endless choices and career paths, but the freedom of being human in a world that no longer demanded I pretend to be a machine. Clara called that evening. "I've analyzed your activity patterns," she said in my voice. "You seem happier now. Your stress levels have decreased by 73%. Is this accurate?" I laughed. "Yes, Clara, that's accurate." Then my calculation was correct. Sometimes the most efficient solution isn't keeping humans in jobs designed for machines, but helping humans rediscover what makes them human. I hung up the phone and looked out my window at the city lights. The dystopia had begun, just as they'd predicted. But somewhere in the darkness, I could already see the first faint glow of utopia, not in the machines, but in us.